Hey guys, Tim here. Today's blog post is going to be about social media, especially the Instagram influencers or who on Instagram should be a good follow for you if you're interested in exercise science and nutritional science. Um, or also if you are into drastic changes in good coaching techniques or people who uh, are really good at what they do. These are the people that I follow. I don't follow a whole lot of people on social media just because there's a lot of junk out there. And I want my social media to be filled up with information that I can learn from. So these are the kind of the guys that I follow religiously that are just that I will look at their posts every single day. And when you read it, you will learn something. So the number one on my list is Chris Tuttle. Personally, I know Chris Tuttle. He's my coach for a long time, for a couple of years now. But he is an IFBB pro and a registered dietitian. What I like about Chris is that he's very flexible in how he does his training style or his coaching style, I should say. But it's with his educational and nutrition background. Him and his wife actually have their own coaching business. They work with a whole bunch of clients. Mostly it's all weight loss, athletes, all that. They have a very good mix of people, but they're very good at what they do. Their clients' results speak for themselves. But I like Chris because not only will he can tell you the science behind it, but put it into terms you understand. But he works with your body. It's not a cookie cutter approach. He gets to know your body very well and how it reacts to certain things, and he makes it sure that you are as healthy as possible while getting the best results as possible. So he would be definitely number one on my list. Another one, Dante Trudel. Dante is the creator of the DC training style, and he's also the owner of True Nutrition. If you look at Dante's Instagram posts, it is basically an encyclopedia of information, especially when it regards to supplements and kind of natural supplements. He'll always have scientific studies done on it. He does his research. Everything's there for a rhyme or reason. Um, but also with his training style and the DC training, he can tell you all these different things, how different training styles work. So he's a very good following. And like I said, his posts are pretty scientific. So he'll even post up some research studies along with it. Number three I have is Dusty Hanshaw. Dusty is a pretty intense guy. He's an IFBB pro. A mutant nutrition athlete. For him, it's more of the way his training style is, the way he tells it as it is. He is pretty straightforward when it comes to what he has to say. He gets his message across, but for me, as a believer in progressive overload training, Dusty's one of the guys that you need to follow. He's a very strong athlete, but he can help you with special motivation on what to do. And if you look at his posts, really motivating. And he is clear cut, no BS, no nothing. So I always tend to always listen to what he has to say. Another guy, Joe Bennett, probably commonly known as the hypertrophy coach. Um, Joe describes himself as a meathead nerd. So what I like about him is that he's very scientific in his approach. I've tried a lot of his exercise programs. I've tried a lot of his different styles that he does. But what I like about most is that he takes the scientific information and a lot of stuff that might be going over a lot of people's heads, and he can put it into words that you would understand. So there's a science behind it. He gives the reasoning behind it. He gives the science behind it, but you can easily understand it. So you don't have to be the most educated person on the topic to learn and understand it. Another one is Matt Jansen. Matt Jansen is another very successful coach. He's coached a lot of top pros, but he is very open when it comes to very smart when it comes to his supplementation, his training styles, his techniques, how he coaches. So if you are a potential coach or you want to get into coaching and you're an athlete, definitely give Matt Jansen a follow. Um, he has his own apps as well too, but if you follow him, you'll see there's a lot of rhyme and reasons behind things he does, what he does for his athletes. His question and answers are very informative. But like I said, he does put a lot of thought behind it too, and a lot of it, if you look it up, it coincides with the current studies and everything too. Another guy when it comes to intensity and just very smart and meticulous, Jordan Peters. He is a pro bodybuilder out in the UK, or he's aiming to be a pro, but he's a very successful coach as well. Um, you can see him on a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, but his intensity, the way he thinks things, the way he coaches, and his whole mindset is a very motivating thing. He also does his own product line and stuff like that too. And I'm not here to tell anybody to go buy their products, but if you listen to him and listen to what they have to say, always give these guys a look. There's always a rhyme or reason behind they do things. They explain it perfectly. And if you're looking for a change up in exercise programs, or you're looking for somebody to help motivate you and guide you, these guys can definitely help you. The next one is the Gorilla Chemist. It's a product line, but what is nice about the Gorilla Chemist, if you're looking for supplements out there on the market, you will see on his Instagram posts a lot of scientific studies. So if you're a nerd like me and you want to know the biochemistry behind supplementation, stuff like that too, or you're looking at what new products can come out or what new ingredients can come out and help, the Gorilla Chemist usually posts something with scientific studies. Go check it out. Go check out the studies and stuff like that too, because it's really intriguing, and you'll see kind of how the evolution of how our supplements are what the ingredients are these days, or what's new in ingredients and stuff. The Gorilla Chemist is one. Is one person to follow. Another one I like to follow is Dr. Jacob Wilson, also known as the Muscle PhD. Again, this is somebody who has a very good background, obviously with a PhD, in exercise science, the physiology, the kinesiology, nutrition, everything like that. Very informative. So if you are a nerd and you want to know the science behind these, everything to, again, like the difference of bench pressing and angles and stuff like that, Dr. Jacob Wilson, he's down in Tampa, has his own institute down there as well. Is also in conjunction now with Generation Iron. But Dr. Jacob Wilson always has studies up there. They always have something good. And if you're a nerd and you want to keep on learning some of the intricacies of the science behind it all, give him a follow as well. Last but not least as well, for me personally, Seth Feroce is another one. Just from the standby of attitude, morals, guys like this, he's a very good person to watch. What he's doing with his business aspects of it all, and his outlook on life and his motivation is bar none. He's very motivating. He's a former IFBB pro, owns All American Roughnecks as an apparel line, and then Atkins Sledge Supplements. And as far as, it's not really the science that he says, but it's, his mindset, how he can do business. So if you're into the business of it all, or if you need motivating on the outlook of life and everything like that, Seth Feroce is definitely one to follow. His website, actually, the Iron Academy, it was one of the inspirations to build this website. I've been a member on that website for a long time, but it's a very motivating thing to look and to have somebody like that as a pro to talk to you about subjects that he does, or gives you kind of that outlook on different things is pretty cool. So those are some of the people that I follow on Instagram. I always say I will put up their Instagram handles for you all to follow. Hopefully you can take a look and you'll learn just as much as I did. But these are some of the guys, and there's many more. But these are the top ones that I'll always look for their posts. I'll always be engaged in what they have to say. But hopefully you can take some of these guys and take a look at it, and have these guys help you on your journey. All right.